Well, hello everyone. Welcome to part 2 of these podcasts with Andrew and JR. We're on the first episode. If you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at that one or listen to it, because we talk how they basically got to know each other and started their own business. And on this second part, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the disposable side of wholesaling and how they get, their cash buyers and all that. So let's jump to it.
Perfect.
Basically, guys, last time we were talking about you were doing what 2-3 deals a month now
Correct.
by doing the what is it, the Facebook ads that we talked about.
You guys do bandit signs too, right? Are you still doing those?
So yeah, we actually did. We tried bandit signs out.
You tried. You tried. That means you already let it go.
Let's listen to the story.
we tried big though. We didn't play around.
Okay. How many do you send? How many do you put out?
So we got this idea that we should buy in bulk because we'll buy in cheaper. Right?
Yeah.
Because we put like 200 out and we got a result.
Right.
And so we're like, let's do bandit signs. And so we were like, let's go buy 5,000 bandit signs.
Yeah.
And so now we still have 2,500 bandit signs sitting in our garage that we're just waiting to deploy.
Why didn't you deploy them?
So we deployed them, and we spent, I forgot how much it was deploying. Know. Anyways, we ended up, out of 2,500 bandit signs, we got 2 deals.
Okay.
And that ended up covering all of our costs for the 2,500 bandit signs and to put them out.
Right, because it was you're paying $5,000 a deal roughly.
Yeah. Right.
Because the cost per acquisition is so high.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because what do you pay for the bandit sign? $1.97 or something?
Yeah.
Plus the
stakes.
The
then you
stakes,
got the guy to go put them out. And
the
everything.
guy that puts it out is another $1 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases they'll give you a break, but you're in it for literally $3
at least. Yeah.
At least. I would call it more like 5
for sure.
For one bandit sign, and then you're putting out
hundreds
per week. 300 a week is what we're doing.
Dennis and I, we bought a ton of them too, and I mean we both were putting them out.
Right? Really?
We're like, okay, because it's our first run, we're gonna go big because we don't do anything small. So we just go big. And me and him were the whole weekend just hanging bandit signs all the way from Katy to Freeport to, we were
Bay City.
Bay City. We were going everywhere.
Wow.
And that was...
It was Saturday and Sunday hanging bandit signs,
yeah,
right? So Monday we're like, okay, phone is going to start ringing. And it did. And it was a police officer
from every town.
Bay City basically telling me, hey, dude, you had fun this weekend putting signs all over Bay City? And we're like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, I'll give you 4 days to take them all out. If they're still there Friday, I'm gonna fine you $500 per sign that's still up. So I'm like, okay, sir, I'll talk to my marketing people to have them put them down. So I hang up the phone and like, hey, marketing guy,
Ricardo, let's go get a sign.
Our marketing people was Ricardo and myself. So Ricardo's like, dude, we need to get in the car again.
Yeah.
What? We're gonna see a house? No, we're gonna take the signs off.
And one of the challenges we had is that we actually own properties in all these little towns.
Yeah.
Of course.
So they knew who we were. It wasn't.
It was mistakes all over. We put our company name in the bandit sign.
We didn't try to hide ourselves.
We put a phone number that you could easily Google and it'll come up. With the numbers. We made all the mistakes.
Yeah.
But we got houses out of it. We did get houses out of it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we did. We got maybe a house or 2 out of it.
Good.
But one thing we learned is that we didn't really want to do bandit signs anymore.
Yeah.
Because what he did is he's you. He's a numbers guy, that kind of stuff, right? KPIs, all of that stuff. I'm more like JR. So he went and like, dude, we spend this much money on bandit signs. We could have planted X amount of postcards or letters for the same amount of money.
Yep.
And we'll reach the same people. They're in the same neighborhoods, and
it's targeted that way too.
And it's targeted, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. So that's why we quit doing bandit signs. I know they work because you can still see them out there.
For sure.
We've got maybe a handful, or there's one still out there that every now and then the phone still rings. I don't know where the sign is or anything, but it rings every now and then on this.
I know where it is, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want anybody to know. But yeah, this one sign gets us more phone calls.
That's good. That's good. I guess that's a good good intersection.
It's a perfect intersection.
Okay, I was gonna ask, is it an intersection or?
It has to be an intersection to get that much traffic.
Yeah.
So all right, so you still got some bandit signs you're gonna deploy at some point.
One day.
Yeah. And and now how are you moving forward marketing wise? So
cold calling and texting is where we're really focusing.
Okay.
We feel like that's going to be our avenue besides Facebook to really start bringing on.
Yeah, because Facebook changes every freaking month.
Yeah,
so
it does.
So you don't know if it's going to be there tomorrow.
Right, and you can max out Facebook inside of a city. So you either have a choice on Facebook that you either go to other cities, or that you because you can only. No matter how much you spend in Houston, you're going to max out at a certain amount.
Yeah.
You can spend $10,000 a month. You're still going to get the same results if you spent $3,000 a month on Facebook. So
yeah, that's why I don't go that high.
Yeah.
I only go a few $100, and
for sure
you have that kind of like that fishing hook out there, and if it catches something, perfect.
Yep.
But if it doesn't, then because we made that mistake too. We went and threw a lot of money on Facebook because once we got some deals out of Facebook, we're like, okay, we got this figured out.
You can waste a lot of money on Facebook.
We did. Yeah. So good. So you're going cold calling, text messaging, which is pretty much what most of the wholesalers are doing nowadays.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wholesalers are getting more technical, I guess. Tech savvy. Back in when I started flipping houses in 2008, the only way that I knew people were getting houses were bandit signs and maybe some postcards. But now it's a whole different animal.
For sure.
It was MySpace, not. I'm
just kidding. Actually, I didn't sign up to Facebook until like maybe 2007 or something like that. So
people weren't selling houses on MySpace, Ricardo.
Yeah. So, all right. So you get a house.
Yeah.
Do you still go to houses and
some of them we do? Yeah. We're trying to get away from it.
Okay.
We're slowly trying to get away from it. I went to a house yesterday. We just got it under contract today. But yeah, we're trying to get away from him. One of the reasons I want to get away from him, I sent him the location yesterday when I showed up to the house because I had an eerie vibe when I walked in. Before I walked in, I was like, I need to let somebody know where I'm at because this is kind of, I'm by myself.
What area of town was that?
It was in Baytown. It didn't seem that bad.
Okay.
But I just got this weird vibe, and it ended up being fine, and the people were super sweet and nice. But just the outside of the house kind of gave me the appearance compared to all the other houses, like something's going on.
But
here.
you've gone through getting guns pulled at you
I know.
already, so you know the drill.
I know.
Just wear a bulletproof jacket and go at it.
For sure.
No, but you should let somebody, when you're going to go see a house, and if you're by yourself, you got to let somebody know where you are.
You got to. You have to have a buddy system or let somebody know.
And it's good to point that out because, like, I'm a realtor, and you see, like, on the realtor forums and meetings, they always talk about female agents.
Yeah.
You need to take care, you need to watch out where you go, but it doesn't matter if it's a female or male. I mean, a gun is a gun, and a criminal is a criminal. Women or men can get assaulted.
Well, I guess it's easier for a man to go try to assault a lady. I guess that's why they enforce that on those forums.
I think it's because of the raping
thing.
Yeah.
But in reality,
these guys are good looking. Look at them. They might run into some dude that falls in love. You never know. So. Anyway, so all right, so that's the acquisitions, right? So and basically, what does your team look like today?
So our team today is literally Andrew, myself, we
and
the Philippines call center guys,
right?
And then we also we use a service called Answer Connect, to take in inbound leads. So any of the stuff we still have lying out there from bandit signs or our websites, or when people call our website,
it's
that
like
kind of thing.
CRM, I guess.
No, it's it's an answering service. So we give them a script to run through when somebody calls and that kind of thing, and so they know if they call from this number to go through this script. If they call from this number, they go through that script.
Okay. But what's different that from your Filipino or Philippine VAs?
So that's for inbound leads coming. We have Answer Connect. So whenever somebody picks up the phone and calls us,
the Philippines is just calling.
Yeah, they're just lead
outbound.
generation.
They're
outbound.
Okay. Now the next question, and this is the normal path of wholesaling, dispo. So and I kind of laugh because going back to when Ricardo and I started and we were flipping houses, And it's funny because for people out there that are starting their own businesses, you'll never, you think you're gonna, it'll come a point where you can finally catch, the thrift of it or whatnot. But first, it was hard finding properties.
Yeah.
We figure out how to find properties. Then it was a whole issue trying to get financing. We finally figure out the financing part. We're like, okay, we're on a roll. Then it was the actual contracting and fixing the house.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time you figure out a way of doing things, the next step it might be even harder.
Yeah.
So in wholesaling, first thing is like, how do I market to get properties?
Yeah.
And that's hard, and you're hustling. When you figure it out, then the next step is like, oh wait, now I need to find buyers to dispose, and that seems to be even harder than, believe it or not, people might be thinking, oh, he's full of it, but sometimes it seems like trying to get rid of a house or sell it, assign your contract, it's harder than actually finding a motivated seller to put a house in the contract. So
for sure.
What are you doing?
I know that well.
Yep.
I know that well.
Don't think that once you got a contract, you're making money, because you need to find a buyer. So what are you doing in terms of dispo?
So dispo, we're doing a lot of networking. So that's one of our paths of finding cash buyers.
We still going to your monthly events?
Still going to monthly events. We also do things like sometimes we partner up with somebody that might have a big buyers list. Like with Corrado, we've partnered up with him and done deals with him that way. Or other people out there. Another thing that we found lately is to work with people who want to lend money. So they have a lot of people that their job is to go find cash buyers already, because
get pre-approved financing lined
pre-approved, everything like that. And so they're wanting to do deals with them and finance the deals. So we've been sending deals to our hard money lenders that we've networked with, and they've been helping us sell deals now.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
we're doing the same thing. So.
In terms of our team, that's one thing that we're working on now, is trying to find the right person and plug someone into the organization that is focused on dispos and kind of leading that side of the organization as well. Because as you guys know, as probably as your listeners know, you've got multiple different types of buyers and exits depending on how you lock up the contract.
Yeah, you got the landlords that are willing to pay a little bit more for a property. You got the people that are flipping that want literally
70% minus repairs, minus whatever, minus holding cost.
and there's some people in between, I guess.
Yeah. And then you got the ones that are just buy subject to left and right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So, it's, you just got to be out there.
You're really, in the wholesaling business, what we're finding out is you're only as strong as your buyer's list is.
Yeah.
And your connections are to sell your deals. Because you can get deals all day, but if you can't sell a deal, it's worthless.
And it's hard to believe how hard it is. We never thought about. I mean, once we start finding houses, we're finding there's thousands of people out there looking for houses to buy, but it ain't that easy.
Well, the thing is, right? So when we started finding our own properties, we were buying them all.
Yep.
We never had to wholesale them, so we were just the buyers.
Yeah.
So what we really had was an acquisitions company. Now, it turned into a wholesaling company once we understood wholesaling, and once we couldn't buy anymore, for many different reasons. And once we started wholesaling, then we started realizing that people are actually lazier than they seem to be. If you find a great deal in, Freeport, and it's got a plenty of equity, and
doesn't matter.
They don't want to go
they
there.
Don't want to drive out
they
there.
don't want to drive out there.
Yep.
But they still complain that there's not enough deals going around.
100%.
Right? You find a good deal in, Brazoria County somewhere, right? We used to be the biggest buyers out there. And we actually flip houses and we make money in Brazoria County. And actually, if I would buy a house, it would be out there. It wouldn't be in Houston. We tried Houston and we got burned like crazy. So,
And going back to the lazy thing, I mean, now they want you to find a deal. They want you to run the CMAs for them.
All the CMAs for them.
They want you to get them a list of all the repairs and costs to repair the house.
And the money.
They want you, it's like, you want me to go pick you up your house and take it to, there's going to be something you need to do. And to going back to doing the bare minimum and expecting, a great profit, outcome, success, whatever. I mean, to me, it just blows my mind. You know how some people are so lazy, or not lazy. They just want to do everything. You know, or have people do everything for them, and then expect, hey, I'm gonna make a killing on this one.
For sure.
It's a lot of work.
We're doing all of that. So,
Yeah.
But sometimes CMAs, I was like, no, man, you got to do your own CMA. You know, if you're an investor, you got to go and.
We'll give you a ballpark of what we think it is,
Right.
but you got to go do your own thing.
Right. Repairs list. Give me a repairs list. My repairs list is going to be different than yours.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who's your end customer? I mean,
go find you go look at the property, go walk it, and do your own repairs list, right?
For sure.
So,
And it's for their own benefit. They don't. Some of them think that you're being just an asshole.
right.
And they don't realize that, for your own benefit, you need to go walk the house, take pictures, talk to your contractors, because if I give you everything and you don't know, you have never stepped foot in that house, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get burned.
You're going to get burned.
Period.
Because they're going to find stuff that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Because we're not that worried about everything that's wrong with that
and
house.
that's one thing that like we try to emphasize, because if we sell it to a buyer and he feels like he got burned or something, then he's going to be hesitant to do business
Exactly.
with us
He's like,
again.
oh, you guys screw me up. And
Yeah.
And we can't own that piece of it when it's their project or renovating and that sort of thing.
But I will say, I mean, we do some CMAs, but only on deal, like only if there's a lot of data in the area, and it's super easy to run a CMA. We'll say
like a subdivision that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, cookie cutter house in Katy.
Yeah.
Okay.
all day long. Here's your CMAs. But I mean, some of these deals that we're getting, like we've got one in Huffman right now. There's no CMAs for that deal. I mean, there's none. And people are like, oh, I can't get comps on it. And I'm like, I mean, I'll send you what I can get, but it's not. I mean, it's a deal though. It's a good deal, right? But it's like you're saying, they don't want to drive out to Freeport or Huffman.
Yeah, we just assigned one today in Huffman.
Yeah.
Actually, and he was.
Let me know who the buyer is.
Why don't you send me the deal and we split it? So we just assigned it today, but it was also like that. Like I was trying to find comps, and it was hard. Like, but I mean, Houston is probably $100 a square foot, so you use the same formula and you should be okay.
Right.
But the buyer is gonna be if they're using hard money, then it's gonna be tough.
It's tough, yeah.
Yeah.
If they're using cash, it's different because they can buy cash, fix cash, and then they put it on the market and
Whatever.
But that's another challenge we're seeing with hard money is that they cannot just fund a lot of the deals because there's not enough data for.
Yeah.
Those are their limitations. Yeah.
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 So they have a lot of limitations. We're running into that with a few of them.
We're finding out that what's helped us is we found a couple private lenders that they're good because they don't really care about that stuff.
Right.
They just want to make sure that the deal makes sense, and if the deal makes sense, then okay, they'll fund it.
We've done that too.
Okay.
So we have private lenders and hard money that we're actually referring our clients to.
Yeah.
Right.
Plugging them in. That way, when we get a deal, they're ready to buy.
For sure.
But still, the house is too ugly.
there's always
and
I'm pretty sure once we find and we're like, oh, now we got we got it down to how to find buyers. There's going to be another thing that's going to be completely
For sure.
unseen, and here's the next hurdle we need to jump over, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
So where do you guys go next? I mean, you're wholesaling and
Yep.
you're growing your wholesaling operation, right?
We are.
But what's in the future for you guys?
Yeah.
Sandra, when are you quitting your job?
That's the next future thing.
I mean, yeah, our focus now is kind of building out where we've kind of built our foundation now, kind of with the systems we've got, kind of getting some more people in place, kind of automating some of the stuff that we have, focusing on getting stuff streamlined so that we can, like everyone says, work more on the business versus in the business.
For sure.
Right.
From there, it's, we've done a couple buy and holds and stuff where we've found good deals and just kept it for ourselves. So we're always looking at kind of the portfolio side as well. But I mean, right now it's just really focusing kind of on the things we're doing now. We're really focused on data. Where are we getting our data? What kind of data is it? How are we managing that data and that sort of thing? So we're trying to create some competitive advantages for ourselves in that regard. Just in terms of what we're calling and what we're spending resources on. But kind of that's our kind of our immediate kind of 2020 is just really kind of growing out our.
Well,
our
you know, once
existing
you
system.
figured it out in 2020, all your systems in 2021
2021
are
is
going to
totally
be different, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
The market's going to turn. Something's going to
I mean,
happen.
look, we've
We're
had
only halfway through 2020.
when we thought we had it figured out,
Yeah.
Going back to what I was saying,
it all changed.
You
Yeah.
never ever have it figured out because it'll change.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
change. It'll change.
It's like a chameleon. It changes colors all the time.
Yeah.
So once you have your CRM that you like, then you have your systems, your call rails and call tools and all of these, your answering service, and then you have your VAs in the Philippines or whatever.
Yeah.
Something crazy gets thrown in the mix, and then all of that needs to change again.
Explodes.
For
Yeah.
sure.
For whatever reason. Yeah, maybe you're not going to change call rail because that's sort of like an inbound thing, and
For sure.
but how do you get your data? How
Yeah.
what does the data look like? Or who are you calling? What's the script? What
Exactly.
now is cold calling ever going to get banned? I'm pretty sure it will at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I think
facing
I
that
think
news
it's gonna be- I
legislation
think it's gonna
coming
be
down on
changing.
that. So
It gets old. I don't know. I run my phone now on mute because it literally I don't know how many robocalls I get a day.
Oh, yeah.
So
All the time.
it's either somebody calling me because we own property, so we're being targeted.
Yeah, right, yeah.
For
We're
sure.
and we are tired landlords in some of them. So we are somewhere in some of these lists, right?
For sure.
But then other than that, then you get everybody else trying to sell water filtration systems and
oh yeah.
Extended car
extended
warranties.
car warranties, and you're like,
when does it
wow,
end?
when is this gonna end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It will. They already passed it on, I think, the House, and now the Senate needs to.
It's going to change. It's
so-
going to change for sure.
so direct mailing is gonna come back again at
Direct
some
mailing,
point.
yeah.
And it's always paired too. We're spending a lot of time just like on your market cycles. I mean, all these tools and the systems, you kind of want them to be able to plug and play where mailing works really well in kind of this environment or this neighborhood or something like that, or in a down cycle or something, really kind of busting out the sub 2 kind of tools and building out your buyers list and that sort of thing. So
what happens is and I'll give you like based on traditional data, right? So 2008, what happened? Everybody lost equity on houses and they just started dumping them.
yeah,
Right?
yep.
Literally, people were saying, "Oh, my house is not worth X anymore. I don't want it. Like,
Yeah. Take
I'm
it.
gonna give it back to the bank."
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when all these sub twos they start showing up. But now you used to make $10,000 on an acquisition, on an assignment fee. Guess what? You won't be able to get that much money anymore because there's gonna be so many of them
Yeah. Yeah.
that now they're gonna look at a sub two that used to be good in I don't know Hempstead,
Yeah.
for instance. If you get a sub two today in Hempstead, most likely you're gonna be able to sell it.
Mhm.
But on a down cycle like that,
Yeah.
never. Because there's going to be sub twos in Katy, Spring,
For sure.
in areas that are hot, where people can actually become landlords and rent them out and all that. So, I remember when I started in real estate, the average assignment of contract for a wholesaler was anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. That was normal, but that was an assignment through a down cycle.
Yeah.
Now, can you literally sustain yourself with that?
No,
no freaking
no
way.
way.
Yeah.
Because the cost per acquisition is too high.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I know it's going to eliminate a lot of the wholesalers out there that
Yeah.
you're
You're going to have to pivot.
you're going to have to pivot to something else. So our strategy is completely different. We always focused on high equity, and
Yeah.
that's probably the toughest one because there's so many of them that you can go target, and probably they don't have motivation.
Yeah.
That's why I
Why
don't
would I
even
move?
mind saying what it is, because somebody says, "Oh, give me a high equity list." Okay, how many records do you want? 'Cause there's literally endless. It's like the list it never stops.
For sure.
So you gotta have a lot of resources in order to work that list.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
have to have
well,
the
I think it's
systems.
like, I can't remember, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there, but I think it's like 30% of households in the U.S. are paid for. I mean, they're
Really?
have no
It's
mortgage.
that high?
Harris County is a tremendous amount. I mean, it's a lot.
We were looking at the data this last week of what it looks like. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So, good luck trying to go after that. I mean, you will get deals out of it,
For sure.
but they're not necessarily motivated. So,
Yeah.
But anyways, man, thank you so much for coming today,
Thanks for having
guys,
us.
Thanks for having us.
and sharing your journey into what you're doing today and where you're headed.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably have you back next year or
Yeah, do a
towards the end of the
recap.
year.
See what happened or what
Yeah.
didn't go so well.
Well, and things are not gonna go well.
Nah.
And some things are gonna go well. So it's just how fast you adapt to whatever the next thing is.
For sure.
That's what we've been playing that for the last 3 or 4 years now. So, we're doing literally what we're doing today is completely different from what we were doing a year ago.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So where can people get in touch with you
Yes.
guys?
Yeah.
Do you have a website? Or
Yeah, for sure. So we have a website. It's homebuyerofhouston.com.
Okay.
So that's
homebuyerofhouston.com.
Okay.
And then our Facebook pages. Mine is just J.R. Reed on Facebook.
And then just Andrew Jobe, Jobe.
Yeah.
Jobe.
Yep.
Okay.
So, anyways, guys, you guys want to get in contact with Andrew and JR, you know where to hit them up. What about Instagram? Do you guys have Instagram accounts?
I do, but I don't even know what mine's called. I'm not very good at it.
I don't know.
You're like
I don't
me.
have an Instagram.
I don't get the point of Instagram. I'm like, there's Facebook. What do you need
It's
Instagram?
pictures. You see pictures and videos and stories. So,
Yeah, you see those.
Your
on
high
Facebook.
equity people are on Facebook.
For sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Your high equity people are on Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you're going to
Yeah.
advertise on Facebook. So I want to thank you guys though. The input that y'all have had on our business has been spectacular.
Yeah, these are great guys.
Like
Awesome guys.
What y'all have added to our business and the wisdom that you guys share with us has been like so much help. You have
man,
no idea.
I appreciate it, and we do it really because we really want to help.
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah.
No, it's true.
If we can see you guys succeed and eventually, I believe, we all have to help each other out in order to get to where we want to get, right?
For sure.
So collaborating is a very important thing, and that's how I collaborate. If I can add to your business, then, because we've traveled a road that you guys haven't probably gone through yet.
For sure.
We're not much further out, but it's trust me, those couple of years that we got ahead,
Yeah.
they can really help you not make a lot of the mistakes we made, in the last few years. So driving this morning, I'm gonna have somebody come over and talk about flipping at a scale. And there's so many things I'm gonna tell this guy. I was like, look, man, be careful with that because we got beat by that snake and it's not pretty.
Yeah.
For sure.
So anywhere we can add value to others, that's why we do the Renovating Riches Radio podcast, is to help other people out that want to come up and maybe be where you are today or at least start doing what you're doing. And not make it as painful as it was for us, because we never had anybody show us or mentor us. I literally was the mentor because I was doing it full time, not full time. I was kind of like part timing, and so I had a job and I was doing some real estate, flipping and rentals, and then it's sort of like, dude, how are you doing it? So that's how we started, getting together.
Yeah.
But I had the experience locally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much why we took that route of flipping, is because that's what I knew how to do.
Yeah.
But if we had to do it all over again, we'll probably just start wholesaling.
For sure.
And maybe flip one here, one there.
Sure.
But, anyways, this is the beautiful world of real estate, and there's many different ways to skin this cat. So,
Ricardo, Dennis, thank you guys for being such good
No,
neighbors.
thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you for
it.
your words.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people know that we're not paying you anything.
yeah.
You didn't. No, literally, you didn't pay.
Well, I did pay them an assignment of fee a couple of months ago or so from a deal they brought that he thought it wasn't a deal, and I was like, no, that's a deal. Come on, let's go.
Which one was that?
It was a house in Richmond, a subject to house.
Subject to house, yeah.
So that our friend bought T&E. So.
Okay.
I was like, no, man, I got the buyer for that. I know who wants that deal, and we went and looked at it. He saw, so part of the agreement was show me how to do a subject to, and I was like, perfect, let's do it.
It was my first subject to.
So it was his first subject to, and now they work with Banahan and Martinez. I've seen pictures of you guys.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to Megan Veronica. Yeah. They're our preferred title company here in the Houston area.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. They're great people.
Yeah.
So part of the deal was like, how do I do a subject to transaction? He saw it, how I did it. It wasn't really anything out of the ordinary, other than agreeing to this is the terms, this is how the loan is going to transfer over to us or whatnot.
Explaining it correctly to the seller.
And then pretty much opening title and making sure that we closed and, having power of attorneys in place, that kind of stuff. So
That's a topic for another
Another day.
That's a deep one.
So anyways, guys, thank you so
Thank you.
much. We
I appreciate
appreciate you,
it.
man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Don't forget to hit share, like, and subscribe. And tell everybody about this show. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.